Why should you invest in coaching? I'm doing this video today because I was on a walk a few hours ago and I was listening to a motivational video from Denzel Washington, who was talking for about 12 minutes to a crowd of really young people. I think he was in a university or something like this. And that makes me think a little bit. And I kind of start feeling a little bit emotional about my journey over the last 4 years. After investing over $40,000 in coaching myself, I've understood that this tremendously changed my life, and for the better. It changed my life physically, it changed my life mentally, it changed my life financially, personally. So in every aspect of my life, I became a better person. So I was thinking about that, and I was like, okay, I'm going to do a video about this. And today I'd like to tell you that you should invest in a coaching program, not necessarily mine. The reality is that you should actually not invest in my coaching program if you don't think that I would be the right person to coach you. But you should definitely invest in yourself, invest in your skills, and get better and learn from people that inspires you, because they definitely know things that you don't. And this is what separates them from who you are right now and where you are to where they actually are in their life and potentially where you want to be. So today I wanted to go over a few things, and I think that the first thing that I really wanted to talk about is who you should look up to and who you should not look up to. Because the reality is, if you never invested in a coaching program, we're in 2025 right now, and coaching has been booming over the last 4 years. I've discovered it 4 years ago. I'm not saying that it was not existing before, but it was way less present, right? It's like during COVID, everything, like the industry really boomed. And what happened with this is that there's a lot of good that actually happened, but there's also a lot of negative, a lot of bad, a lot of, bad people that used coaching as a way of stealing others, of stealing and scamming, right? That was the word that I was looking for, stealing and scamming others. And that's dramatic, because those people made millions of dollars and they, stole thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars to really good people. I personally lost tens of thousands of dollars by being scammed, not directly by, fake gurus, coaches, but in the online space, right? Trusting the wrong people, telling me that they're hoping to make a bunch of money and they did not. So again, it was not directly coaches. With the experience that I have right now, I feel like it's pretty difficult to be really word for word scammed by coaches, because scams usually don't use the hat of a coach, okay? Especially what I call coaching, for me, it's not a course, right? It's like what I do, it's not a course. Like the Elite Chef Academy and the Private Chef Incubator, it is not a course. This is not a training. It's a mentorship, right? It's like I work directly one-on-one with you, and I put my face out there on every social media. Everybody knows my name. I mean, you know where I'm from, what is my passport, my address, and most coaches and official coaches that I know and that I don't know, they all do this, okay? So there's not really a form of scam in that way. Usually the real scammers, they really literally you send them money and they don't give you anything in return. They either sell a course, okay, and they can sell it for a lot of money still, which is completely dumb, because today in 2025, there's literally all the information is out there for free. Because we know as coaches that there are so many people that become coaches right now that there are more competition, so we need to provide value for free. Okay, this is the reason why the information that I share inside of the academy, inside of the Private Chef Incubator, it's literally out there on YouTube. Everything is out there, and if it's missing, it's just because I'm not uploading everything. But I have no problem with giving everything away for free, because what we actually charge for is the implementation, is the one-on-one, is the coaching, is my personal phone number, is me being able to answer your questions no matter what time is it. It's hopping on the call at 10 p.m. at night because you've had an event and you fucked up, and you're stressed out and you can't sleep for the next event tomorrow. So that is what you really pay for. So if I want to get back to this a little bit, as like most of the time, coaches, they won't scam you, they won't steal your money. Now you want to make sure like who you're going to work with and who you're going to pay, because even if most of them won't quote unquote steal you and disappear in the middle of nowhere, a lot of people out there don't fucking know what they're talking about. And today I am here to tell you that for what I do, which is teaching experienced chefs or already established private chefs to build and or scale their own private chef business, I am the most qualified person on the market in the United States, in the entire world right now. There's literally no one person that is doing better than what I am doing. And the reason why it's super simple is that like I've been a private chef myself, and even if I'm not a private chef anymore and I don't cook for clients anymore, and it's been a long time that I'm not doing it anymore, I mean at least like a few years, the reality is that the quality of the work that I provide and that I help my students with almost don't even come from the experience that I had as a private chef. That's just the reality. Like the good thing about me working with you as a student is that I know what I'm talking about because I've been a chef for 15 years. You know, like even if I'm not cooking anymore, like if you want, like actively for 9 years, I've cooked actively every single day for 9 years, and I've run my own private chef business for 3 years. So I know where you're coming from in terms of like, even from the transition of being a chef to being a private chef. It's not like I wasn't born, I didn't wake up one day, you know, and be like, oh, I'm going to be a private chef. It's like, no, I've worked my ass off for 7 years, 6 years before being a private chef, right? So this is the thing, like I know where you're coming from. I obviously, you know, have really solid knowledge about how to make the transition and how to, you know, build and scale a private chef business to over 6 figures a year. But the most important thing that I'm providing is everything that I actually learned over the last 4 years, where I invested tens of thousands of dollars in coaching and building a personal brand and creating a community and being able to run paid advertisement to different platforms, either it's Instagram, either it's Facebook, and be able to actually generate revenue out of this money that I'll be spending. It's not just like I'm running ads on social media. It's like I'm spending thousands of dollars on paid advertisement and I'm making thousands of dollars back and more than what I actually invest. So like I developed the skill of multiplying money, which is, by the way, like do some research online. It's like one of the 5 ever skills that will make you a millionaire. Okay, so these are like really high income skill. I've personally sold almost $2 million of high ticket services. Okay, services that are $5, $10, up to $40,000. Okay, myself. I know how to build systems. I know how to improve and maintain my health. So these are things that I didn't know when I was a private chef. The reality is that like I built and scaled my own private chef business to over 6 figures in less than a year when I was 21 years old, and I didn't know any of that, and I didn't pay anybody to like coach me on it. And I really want to believe that if today I was to do the same thing again with the knowledge I have, I will be making much more money than I was making before. But that's another topic. So these are, you know, something that I kind of like wanted to go over with you today, because even if I'm pretty much the only one on the market right now, I've seen a few people maybe doing a little bit, but like consider myself being the only one in the market. There might be other people that will try to teach you fucking, you know, sales and marketing and personal branding, because again, this is what I do, but I have no clue about where you're coming from, and even less about the transition that needs to happen and how to actually build a private chef business, which I did. Okay, so that's the first thing. People that might tell you also, yeah, I know how to run paid ads, and yeah, I know how to build a personal brand, and I also, you know, sold millions of dollars online, like Julian said. Yes. Do you have the actual technical field experience, like as a chef and as a private chef? No, so fuck you. Fuck you, my French, but like, you got it. For the others that are trying to kind of like do a little bit of what I'm doing right now, I mean, they just private chefs that for most of them, they're still active. Okay, so they have their ass between two things. I am not. I am fully dedicated my entire life and my entire time to coaching people full time, because I genuinely believe that you cannot do two things at the same time unless you want to be mediocre. But like, I mean, look at athletes. Look at like professional athletes. Do like a basketball player that playing in the NBA, like playing in the ABA, and on the side, like on Saturday night, he's like a boxer? No, fuck no. Like nobody does this. Okay, aside like mediocre people. So the few people that you'll see online, private chef trying to teach, they still private chef, they broke, okay? I assume that they don't even break, 6 figures a year, and they want to make a little bit of money on the side, so they're going to teach other people how to do so, because we're in 2025, and this is, it's a season, right? Everybody's a coach right now. Guys, I've been there fucking 4 years, okay? Like, I'm not here from yesterday. I've been coaching people and selling high-ticket services for the last 4 years every single day. So I know what I'm talking about. And I've built this offer, the first time it was 4 years ago on the French market, okay? I came out of like being a private chef 4 years ago, and I wanted to launch this right away. So, again, this is just me being completely transparent with you. Again, not trying to like, I don't know how to say this, convince you that I am the best. I genuinely believe I am. Now, if you don't believe it and you don't feel like it, I genuinely want you to find somebody else that you feel more aligned with. And this is completely fine. Okay? So this was it. I wanted to go over that first point about, making sure that you go and work with the right person. There are scams online, but like most of people that are coaches are not scamming you. A lot of them aren't legit when it comes down to the information and the level of guidance and accountability and training and dedication that they will provide you during that training. So you can call this a scam, or just, call it experience. You learn, you invest money, you lose it. Well, guess what? Next time you ask better questions before working with somebody else. I've lost thousands of dollars working with the wrong coaches, but I never blamed them. I blame myself for not making enough research, not, doing enough of the due diligence. Maybe myself not being committed enough at that period of time to actually implement every single thing that they were telling me to implement. Okay? And finally, the thing that I'd like to talk with you again is about being willing to make that investment in yourself, because if I'm being honest, in the last 29 years, I've experienced tremendous amount of things, not just business related, but like, I've traveled all around the world. I've fought as a professional boxer. I'm speaking fluently 3 languages. I met, tremendous amount of people. I've been in really complicated situations, personally, professionally, and coaching, it's literally the experience that transformed the most my life in a good way. So there is this really true thing that I'm sure you kind of like know about in the coaching industry and in the online space, where you're like, is it really going to work? If I actually trust that person, if I actually invest, thousands of dollars in myself, am I really going to get the results? And it's even harder for you to know, because you maybe haven't invested in a coaching program before, right? So you don't even know if all of that is true. I am telling you, it is. But most people fail. That is just the reality of coaching. And I'm not going to start throwing numbers at you out there telling you, that it's like 10% success rate, 20%, 50%, 80%. Really depends on like the trainings and the levels and, the individual that is actually running the coaching program and the individuals that are training inside of the coaching program. But a lot of people are failing, and again, after having experienced both sides of the coin, being really successful with some coaching programs and being really unsuccessful with other coaching programs, the most important thing is knowing that it actually works. For some people, it actually did work. And if it did, it was not luck. So what I'm trying to tell you is that if this can only work for such a small amount of people, and most of the other people won't get the results, don't care. It's actually worth. It's actually worth it. Why? Because for that person, for who the life is going to be changed, his or her life is going to change so much that the others, for who it didn't work out, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's like saying, I don't want to get rich because even if I'm becoming a multi-millionaire, I'm never going to be able to save the entire world. Like, yeah, that's true. But like, you imagine if every single year you make an extra $1 million that like you don't need at all, and you just like can give this away, like how many people can you actually help? It is not about how many people you won't help. Because who fucking cares? Like, you will never save the world. We know it. And we didn't need to wait today to know this, right? It's like, it's always been the case. The question is who you can actually help with the resources and the skill and the beliefs and the mindset that you're going to develop by investing in yourself, by meeting new people. Tremendous. You're going to help a tremendous amount of people. So, even for you, not trying to, get you into coaching, I genuinely do believe that every single person on earth is gifted and is doing something better than, the neighbor. Should you monetize it? Should you not monetize it? That's, you'll have to deal with that by yourself. I've always feel like I've wanted to help people, and I've seen a gap in the market with people that truly needed my help that I could actually provide, and I monetized it. Not saying you should. I'm just saying that, again, everybody can help everybody at a certain level, and this is something that you should actually think about, okay? So, yeah, I'll end the video right here. As usual, if you have any specific questions, just let me know. Other than that, I'll see you in the next video.